The trial of Arizona rancher George Allen Kelly, accused of fatally shooting a migrant on his property near the Mexico border, charged with second-degree murder, ended in a mistrial, and now we have learned that 7 jurors of the 8 deliberating were ready to acquit the 75-year-old, but 1 holdout hung the jury.
And is the jury deadlocked and not able to render a unanimous decision on any of the counts?
Yes, sir.
Very well.
Kelly claimed the migrant was part of a group trespassing on his 170-acre ranch. He just said he just fired warning shots over their heads. He thought they had rifles. He said he only learned that one of them had died hours later, and that was Gabriel Butamaya. A majority of the jury clearly convinced by his account, even though he didn't testify. No bullet ever recovered from the scene. The defense used that in their favor. They say Kelly just fired warning shots in order to protect his family.
He's minding his own business in his own house when suddenly he sees something. He sees people carrying rifles, carrying backpacks out the kitchen window. When he's walking outside, he has heard a shot. This is not a mystery shot, as the state describes. This is a real shot. Mr. Kelly hears it, and the whole situation completely changes in that moment. This is a frightening, scary situation. And in frightening, scary situations, people flee, people freeze, or people act. And Mr. Kelly acted.
Prosecution, of course, painted a very different picture.
And without verbal warning, without a shout, without any indication to both Gabriel and Daniel, points that weapon at these 2 men and shoots over and over and over again, 9 times. Gabriel was judged that day and sentenced to death by the defendant. The defendant never admits that he shot his AK-47. We've got Border Patrol and agents on scene for an active shooter situation, and you failed to tell them that you shot your own weapon? Never told law enforcement he was in fear of his life.
Now the question is, are prosecutors going to seek to retry him? They can. I happen to think that would be crazy, but joining me now, Jesse Weber, attorney anchor for the Law and Crime Network, NewsNation legal contributor, and Imran Ansari, criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor in Brooklyn. Imran, you were more bullish on this case than some. If you're the prosecutor here, after seeing a 7-to-1 split on the jury against you, do you still move forward with another prosecution?
Well, it was a tough case from the beginning, and I think that the verdict, Dan, shows that it was a tough case to the end. As a prosecutor, are you going to go back and back to the drawing board and say, let's do this over again, let's take this case to trial? It's a question that may be a tough one for the state down there in Arizona, but I think they will, and I'll tell you why. It's because that this is such a hot button topic down there. Feelings are very strong about migrants crossing the border there. I think that this verdict shows that. But the prosecution may not want to set some precedent with their actions. They may want that message out there that if there is a shooting, if you take a gun, you see someone crossing the border and you're not justified in shooting them, that you will be charged, you will be prosecuted, you will be taken to trial. And if the jury renders a verdict of not guilty, so be it. But we as prosecutors are going to be looking at a case and we're going to be upholding the law.
But Jesse, it seems to me that message has already been sent, right? They brought just by bringing the case at all, and they tried.
Look, Imran's right. They might retry it. I don't think that they should retry it. I think this is not even a split of some jurors thought it was manslaughter, others thought it was murder. He had 7 who wanted to acquit him. And this is holes in this prosecution's case. No bullet, no clear answer on trajectory, no clear answer on distance, no bullet impact analysis. They couldn't even tell what gun it was, one bullet was. That's not going to change if you prosecute.
And neither is the situation at the border and the frustration. I mean, we got to stop. We got to not pretend that that's not a huge issue here.
I agree. Yeah. It's tough getting this jury. Imagine getting another jury that would side with the prosecution.
Yeah, I agree. All right.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.